So yes, you are currently at the top of the tower. You just looked out of the telescope at the bridges that connect. Come on, Burp. The bridges that connect the two halves of the city. And I'm going to play some random mellow music instead of this big fantasy opening crawl music. Where to, Fen? What are we doing?
So when we left off, we were discussing. I think we had agreed we wanted to cross the bridges to get to the High Hall, but we were discussing the pros and cons of which bridge to assault.
Yes.
Yeah. So this bridge here is our Hell Riders.
Yeah.
This is our ragtag assortment of motley idiots, and then the a pair of black antlers is actually over in this little complex over here.
I think we're going to pop in for a quick drink, and then
Yes,
or to get quickly drunk, depending on who's there. But I think we had Dragomir had said, like, because he's Oath of Glory, he wanted to go fight the Hell Riders, but understanding the greater evil is the thing. If it's quicker and easier to get through the motley crew, then we can go.
I think we were afraid of Rhea turning if she went to the
right.
hallway.
Yeah, we thought it was like maybe a contagion sort of thing.
Yeah, because Ben put a nuclear bomb in the middle of our party. It's fine, probably.
You're the one who shattered a manor. So, I'm just saying.
Listen.
So we got to go in and do the stealth mission.
I got it!
Well, it actually ended up being stealth because everybody's ears were ringing so badly you couldn't detect anybody.
Stealth. The only way Dragomir will succeed in stealth is if we're breaking into a room full of deaf people. So
even then,
they're not blind.
They will be.
Comes in, he's like, "Do you know where the treasure is?"
So yes, I think we left off. We wanted to try the bridge full of the motley assortment of devils, but maybe stop in at Black Antlers on the way back.
Hair metal bridge.
Yeah. Harmful.
We let a match for the whole place go up from all the hairspray. Or?
So yeah, I think it's hair metal bridge for days, son, and then a pair of black antlers is on that side of the.
It's on our side.
Oh, it's on our side.
So
So
the
be
north side of
first.
the continents, but it is also much closer to the northern bridge than the southern one.
I would still like to see if maybe Sylvie's is there in the in the place where there's supposedly all this food. Maybe she's hiding out there.
well, if it's on our way, then yeah, it's on the
Well,
way.
and I
It's like
do
the
want.
giant ball of yarn.
I may be misspeaking here, so somebody correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think that the assumption is that it's full of food. I think the mom and her kids were going there as a last-ditch effort to see if there was any food there. So, don't get it twisted.
Because it's been a few weeks since they went in, and
There's almost no toilet paper left.
yeah,
That's
it's like day 3 of quarantine.
yeah.
Well, we gotta start moving anyways, so...
Yeah, let's
Yep.
head out for the...
I'll go ahead like I usually do and look down tunnels and corridors, or alleys and corridors, make sure they're not getting surrounded and all that other good shit.
So what you usually do is unavailable to you because there are no sewers that are not full of fire.
There's no poo tunnels for him to dig through.
A pair of black antlers or the bridge. Where are you headed?
Black Antler source, right? Is that what you said?
Sure.
Give me a stealth roll for your usual shtick.
It's going to be a 21.
That's pretty good.
And my passive perception's 19 now. So.
Cool. Nice. Interesting.
I don't like it when he says that.
Feels like he's looking at my personality test for the college exam.
He just presses the button
you're a
underneath the
psychopath.
desk.
Holy shit, yeah,
Tell me
really.
about your relationship with your mom.
You are my mom.
Do you usually cry blood?
Yeah.
Do you prefer blondes, brunettes, or redheads?
So, since you're along the way to your destination, you actually encounter what looks like an abandoned trunk. Something that would have sat at the foot of somebody's bed, but it's been pulled to the side of the road. And it looks like from sort of the scene around that there has been some sort of altercation. Maybe somebody was trying to flee with it. But there's no people to be found. The trunk is just laying here unattended. There is a tarnished bronze latch on the trunk. There is no lock.
Can I give it a quick look over without actually touching it to see if anything beyond that?
Yeah. Give me a perception check.
going to be a 17.
You're looking at it very closely, and you can see that there is a little bit of like staining on the cobbles and on a smoother stone surface. Sort of was a makeshift sidewalk for this part of the city. It looks like there was at some time. Come on, throat. Jesus Christ. A profuse amount of blood came out of some human being at some point nearby to this chest, and it looks like the origin of that blood might have been the chest.
Oh, that's not suspicious at all.
It's not a mimic. You should definitely put your hand in there.
Yeah, I was thinking of it.
Yeah.
Both hands.
Fist it.
Dick first.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
It's a glory chest.
Dick's out for a run.
Glory chest.
Dick's out for a
Well, we do have a paladin who's oath of glory, so
Both the glory holes.
So I'll put my dick in it.
Dragmir, line up.
I will put the dick in it.
Is there anything lying around, like a pole or a board or something? That
Oh, you are going to put a pole on it. Okay.
Yeah, there's like an 8-foot board that came off of the side of one of the homes from the earthquakes.
Okay, I'm gonna grab that and I'm gonna try to just
both with stick.
push the chest a little bit and see if it moves and see what happens.
It moves the way you would expect a normal chest to move, but there is like a feeling you get from the weight of it that feels almost like there's something sloshing around in there.
Oh,
God.
like a dead body. Like a dismembered corpse.
Or it could be like jungle juice.
This has not been our first experience with dude juice. I put my hand in dude
Really?
juice to get the beanbag.
Oh,
I mean-
right.
I mean, who among us has
I
not
thought
come in
dude juice was
contact
stored in
with
the
dude juice?
beanbag.
I don't know about where tieflings come from, but, you know, sometimes dude juice is involved in the creation of other people.
I mean, well, no, we don't know that yet. Never mind.
I will wave the others to come and see this death chest. And I'll explain this is, there's something wrong here. And either it's a mimic or it's there's a corpse in there or something. Maybe I vote we don't fuck with it and move on with our lives, but we have.
Yeah.
I'll leave it up to the two of you.
My only concern is people are fleeing to.
Well, I know you want to play with the death juice, so I don't know. I'm asking the cleric and the paladin.
It's
for-
like oobleck.
Just wants a face full of dude juice. First thing in the morning. My only concern is people are fleeing to a pair of black antlers for food. I do not want.
death chest in the way.
Yeah.
What's the latch like? Does it just like hook like that?
Yeah, it's just like a super basic fold down metal thing that goes over like a ring. But there's no lock on it.
I mean, Theo's got a staff. He can unlock it from a distance.
Give it a shot.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll use my board to hold the bottom down while she lifts up the top so that it can separate.
Okay. Give me an athletics check.
I'm going to take a couple steps back.
7.
7, huh? Cool. Give me a dexterity saving throw.
Oh, yay.
I should have probably done the athletics check bit. I didn't realize that was going to be part of it.
Yeah, well, you know. 17.
Cool. Alright, so you go to nudge the lid of the box open, and you realize right away that like where you're putting your staff is not, you're not going to get enough leverage to get the lid open. But the lid opens anyway, apparently on its own, and when it does so, a torrent of blood comes streaming out of it at high velocity, arcing over your shoulder and into the street behind you. And when it hits the cobbles, it sizzles like acid.
Oh, God.
And then it
Funny.
shuts.
Usually the blood gets off on the 5th floor.
Thank you, Mr. Burns.
That's bad.
Okay. Simple solution. Is there like a tarp or something, some sort of debris we could throw over this thing?
There is like a small hut that has collapsed, and there's a piece of roofing that is still intact.
What if we just covered it up so people don't see it as they're walking by?
Well, why don't we first, maybe we can, between the staff and the board, we can shove it into an alley off the beaten path and then throw stuff over it.
I think as soon as we touch it, it's going to open back up.
Oh, it's not because you poked it to
It's
open
not
it.
because
it opened
the
on
lid
its own.
opened on its own.
Okay.
I think we just put the tarp over it and go, we got a lot of shit to
Okay.
get done, and everybody here is already fucked up.
And my only concern is I don't want civilians to come along and say, oh, maybe there's food in here and get
Yeah.
sprayed in the face with acid. So if we
Yeah,
cover it
it
up, I
already
think that's good enough for
happened,
me.
so-
Yeah.
Yeah, so yes, I will throw a piece of roofing over this so nobody walking by sees it.
Okay. When you do, you can actually hear the lid strain to open and the sizzle of whatever is coming out of it.
Dude juice.
Yeah.
The juice.
There's like a black bubbling bile that's
Mancy.
cooling at the bottom of the box and sort of coming out a little bit from the outside of your roofing chunk. But it does seem to be petering out as more and more of this black bile sort
What
of
do you-
bubbles up and
did it
seems to
crack
boil
itself?
on the surface
I-
of the road.
Hopefully that's enough of its own warning sign, like,
Well,
shit's bad in here.
I kind of want to do like the classic The Walking Dead meme, don't dead, open inside. And paint the roof to say, like, monster underneath, don't move.
Which is also, like, a great way to get people to follow you up, like, oh yeah, sure, I bet, like, whoever, it's the Bazzini thing, like, clearly if you put, monster inside, that means that you don't want me to go in, so,
I mean,
How about free beer, devils only?
yeah, Devil's Glory Hole.
For a good time, put your dick in here.
Devils only.
But no, it's covered up. I think we're good now.
I think
Are we
that's
all good with
gonna-
that?
Yeah.
On the road again.
Yeah, we're not urban renewal. We're just trying to get on with our lives.
Fuck this box.
No.
Don't.
So anyway, your dick takes how much damage?
You take 20 dick damage. Is dick a damage type?
It goes from 10 to 5.
Now you can reduce it by 4 because of the 4 skin.
Oh, free circumcision. That's a tough.
Alright, I'm assuming Zanzer is continuing to be
Yes.
ahead of the group, and so you start to see the frontage of a pair of black antlers. It is a large structure. It is mostly stone, although there is some wooden second floor bits that sort of stick out a couple feet into the road. This sort of goofy, oblong, exaggerated style looks like something out of a fairy tale book. The walls are mortared stone, little round stones, look sort of like the cobbles of the streets. And there is a very large, sturdy-looking oaken door that appears to still be on its hinges, unlike a lot of the crap that's been nuked from hanging around here. And there's a couple of windows as well. Most of the windows have things covering them up. It looks like people have maybe put like granite scrap wood up on the inside and bolted it up. But there are gaps in the work, and if you can give me a perception check.
It's been converted to an avatar. The whole place is full of dude juice.
23.
They're throwing blow parties.
The dice are going to be great until the first combat.
They're really
Suck
getting
up
on
balls.
the artificial insemination market.
You can see that on the inside of this structure, there is like a banquet table type setup, probably part of the original like tap room. And there are a number of humanoid individuals that are in there, but they all have their faces painted with all sorts of different tattoo iconography. And there is a creature who is sitting at the head of the table, who looks almost like his head has like a reptilian look to it, like a dragon's head. But he's got long, stringy white hair. He's got a pair of like stunted wings sticking out of his back, and a long, winding tail that ends in a spade. And he's just sitting in a chair with like legs crossed. He's drinking a big flagon of beer, and everybody seems to be having a raucous good time in there.
Yo, let's go!
Is this, I mean, I know I'm not there, but is this like a dragonborn like we know from the player's handbook?
No.
No. Okay.
It's got hair.
And wings.
And wings, right. Dragonborns don't have those.
I thought you get those with a feet. No, I'm thinking of the dragon magic.
So that's the sorcerer one, yeah.
All right. I will stealth my way back to the party and tell them, yeah, I don't think this is our kind of party. Well, it's not at least our kind of
Yeah.
Might be some of our.
It's a party where they let certain people in, but not others.
It's a party at the end of the world.
So, this creature on the book yonder.
It's
that
a
is-
book.
That is what he looks like. Right there.
Whoa, that's neat.
I kind of want to hit him with a maul.
Sure.
What?
Let me flip to that page.
Eh,
How many?
we're not even in the bar.
So
What
I
are you
saw
gonna do?
one,
Yeet it through
and
the
then there was
window?
other human.
No, I'm going to
Yeah.
eat myself through the window and then hit him with a maul.
Yeah, but like, if the humans decide to fight us, how many of them?
Xander saw at least half a dozen, but it sounds like there are probably more. You just didn't have a very good vantage point because of the hordes.
I don't like those odds.
And I don't like that it's all dark, so we may be in vamp heaven
Yeah.
with some sort of devil.
Yeah.
Well, it's easy to solve.
Vampires
Also,
or
they
meth
make it
heads, porque no los dos.
What'd you say?
Vampires or meth heads with the coverings over the windows. Or porque no los dos.
or 13-year-old boys.
Yeah.
Did I hear emo music?
My
Yeah.
Chemical
Secure
Romance
was on the
plays
jukebox.
softly in the distance.
They're actually jamming a Coldplay.
Oh God!
Oh God!
That's
No!
Fire.
Get out! I'm done!
Tonight at a pair of 2 antlers, nobody gets laid.
And you still don't know if it's vampires or 13-year-old boys.
I mean,
Well,
both
I get
Dragomir
it.
and Brian really want to go into a tavern at the end of the world and fuck some guys up. I don't know if they're enemies or not, but they're
Look, there's
gonna
a
be.
bigger fight happening over there.
Bigger, better fight.
This feels
And
like
also more fights over here.
this feels like a waste of resources.
Yeah.
Ding, ding, ding.
Well, okay, maybe, but we don't know what resources are to be gained. I mean, this place might be full of food.
Oh sure, tasty people treats that are being eaten by.
Well, at the very least, it's drawing the attention of the people who are fleeing the vampires.
Yeah. But the High Hall also seems like it's holding a garrison, so presumably also has food.
refresh my memory on what the lady with the 2 kids said about this place.
She had heard that because it was a tap room and tavern before this happened, that they probably had a stock larder, and that was her best chance to go find food.
And not get eaten by vampires. But it seems like these dudes are perhaps eating.
Is there anybody going towards it? Like, is anybody else walking in towards it or
Not that you
anything?
see, no. There's not like people out and about in the streets in general.
They're having a promenade.
It's a
The
man-
Mardi Gras parade right into these monsters' mouths.
It's a man with a top hat and a parasol.
Is there some big no-neck dude like letting people through the rope? You know, you're
Yeah.
too ugly, you stay out.
Oh, you're a tiefling.
Yeah, gross. Oh, your neck looks juicy. Come on in.
You're a tiefling. You have to use the other,
So I guess
the
you
other
have to be a
door.
no-neck bouncer at a vampire bar. God damn it, the man has no neck.
If we bypass the bar fight at the end of the world, man, I'm going to be depressed.
You might get to eat some devils off a bridge, though.
It's not the same because Ben can't play the Cantina song while we do it.
You could, but it wouldn't be
Dun, dun,
thematically
dun, dun, dun,
appropriate.
dun.
Oh no. Oh
Tell-
no.
Tell me you don't want to
Rapidly.
see the party do that with the Cantina song playing in the background.
The Cantina song or Toxic by Britney Spears.
Oh, God.
One into the other.
Yeah.
Oh, I wasn't about it, and then you said that, and now I am, and I feel like a shitlord.
Wizards are shit words. That's facts.
And so are tieflings.
I'm a double shitlord.
Yeah.
Shitlord squared.
Well, and we have been very, or at least Dragomir has been pleading the case of these people that we intervened on behalf of because they need food and water. But lest we forget, we're also going to need food and water eventually. Like
Yeah.
we only have so much rations. We only have so much fresh water. Like if this is a supply spot, I say we fucking raid it.
Well, we can also double back with the help of anyone from the Fist. We can bulk up our numbers a little bit.
I didn't get any inkling that there's any like actual food in there.
They're drinking beer.
But granted, it's all dark now.
Yeah.
They're drinking beer. We saw it. You literally saw it.
Well,
Perhaps beer.
is it beer? Can we see through that tankard?
You can't see through the tanker.
Well, there's only one way to find out.
Drink it.
Chug that man juice, baby.
I mean, if it's blood, it is man juice.
That's fair.
It could be woman
Person juice.
The man
Oh,
juice
thank you.
allure.
Could have come from a bile chest. You don't know.
Boom.
It's too bad we can't drag that bile chest here. Kick open the door, shove in the bile chest, and shut the door.
Because we can't.
No.
Apparently somebody got killed carrying this chest, so
I'll just
probably
flip over the roof and we'll use it as like a sled. We'll drag the
Dashing through the blood in the streets of El Toro.
not. Nice.
I mean,
It's
yeah.
Christmas time in hell.
I mean, they're in there having a grand old time in hell, which means they're bad guys. I'm sorry. Unless you're actively killing bad guys and having a blast while doing it, there's no way to be having a good time in hell.
Way to quantify it there.
I mean, the whole city did get taken down, and is everybody in El Torel a shitty person? I know this is wild coming from me.
No, one of them's Theodosius.
Yeah,
Not,
he's
not
the-
everyone in Elturel.
Theodosius is the only good person.
The last good man in hell.
No, I mean, like, I am not gunning for a bar fight, but I am gunning to make sure that we have supplies. Because, like, 38 hit points squishy girl doesn't want to do another fight, and then another fight, and then another fight before we get to the keep.
Fair. I mean, like
but
I said,
we should check and see if there's supplies.
if we don't want to go in there, we won't go in there. But I'm just going to tell you, Dragomir's going to be crying underneath the summit. Big manful sobs.
Yep.
And it just echoes because it's in the helmet.
He's going to hear him. No, I mean,
Disadvantage on all stealth rolls because Dragomir's like in the background.
You never let me have any fun.
I want to go home. I'm not having fun anymore. He's like a kid in Disney World in hour 3.
Place is full of devils. Won't let me hit anyone with a hammer.
It is pitiful and sad. Alright, gang, what's the plan?
So you wanted to come see...
I think it's a waste of resources.
You wanted to come see if your fiancée was in there. She may be in there.
Yeah,
Oh, parts of her might be in there.
Oh, that's uncool.
One big toe.
At least one thigh,
Won't be the
which
first... Won't be
Spencer
the,
probably recognizes, even
won't
though
be
it's not.
the first big chest you found on your way over here.
Oh!
One thigh and one breast will be in the same box.
Sorry, your fiancé's can't see. My condolences.
I would like to think that she's not that stupid.
Kentucky Fried Concubine.
That does imply that Hell's Kentucky, which checks out.
Like, we wanted to go to the bar really bad. Fuck it. Let's go to the. It's a waste of resources. It's a waste.
It's a race of what?
I don't know. It's a waste of resources if we fight. If we go in just to see what's up.
If you guys go in and don't fight, you're going to make Dragomir even sadder.
If we
I
bring
thought
Dragomir
Dragomir
into this, we're
serviced.
gonna fight. So
I would like to reconnoiter the bar further. Or is there like a back entrance, like a servant's entrance or something, staff entrance?
Here's a thought. I couldn't go because I never passed a stealth check, but Theo might. If we can get a paladin up close enough to the bar, we can ping for devils. If they're devils, we'll definitely know what's up.
So you can absolutely do some reconnoitering. How about a stealth roll?
How about an egg roll?
Egg rolls are fucking nasty.
Yes, they are.
egg rolls are good, except for
God.
the ones that do the nasty
What
habits.
is an egg roll?
What if we put an M80 in an egg roll and give it to these guys?
There comes the shitty roll. I rolled a 10.
The 10, yeah.
A total of 10.
Let's go get our bar fight after all.
I actually rolled a 9.
Oh.
Okay, you get a chance to scope around the structure. The structure is shaped almost like the letter C, with the frontage that sort of goes to the back, and then there's like a secluded little garden area in the back of the center of the C. This is a tap room with sleeping rooms, and you can see that in the back of the structure it's primarily sleeping rooms, particularly on the second floor. However, there is a servant's entrance that goes in through the kitchen. And there's actually a second entrance that looks like it probably also goes to the kitchen, but it's much wider. And it's actually on a raised platform, so you could like back a wagon up into it and pull shit out. That didn't take long. There's also windows throughout the structure. The ground floor windows are all boarded up, but the second floor windows are not. They are, again, the structure is actually wider on the second floor than it is on the first. It sticks out a little bit. Getting up to those second floor windows might be a little tricky without risking making noise by bringing over like a ladder or something like that.
Bring them over Dragomir.
But you could conceivably get in through the second floor without having to bust through barricades. Or go in through the kitchen, although the kitchen door is opaque, so you're not sure what the state of affairs inside the kitchen is.
So there's not like a tree or a, attached shed or something that'll make it easier to get to the second floor all the way around. It's
Not
difficult to
as
get in.
such. There's a nearby rooftop from a one-floor structure that if somebody who was fairly agile tried to leap, they could conceivably do it, but at that point you're crashing through glass, so...
Is that one-story structure? Is it occupied or is it empty, or can I get in there?
It appears to be just a small homestead, and it does not appear to be occupied.
Can I get like on the roof of it or in it so I can see through the window on the other side? Like I did with the other building where I spied through the windows.
Yep, you can get up there, and looking through the window, it looks like an empty sleeping chamber.
Okay. It's an alternative. might be difficult for some of us, but it might be easy for other of us. I don't know.
I mean, I think with my athletics, I can definitely jump to the second floor window without a problem, but it's not going to be quiet.
Right.
Yeah.
At that point, it'd probably just be as fruitful as kicking in the door.
I forgot about this. When you reach 5th level, you can cast the darkness spell once, because I'm a tiefling.
Oh.
And we are level 5 now.
That's true.
Delightful.
But also, we can't see. If you cast darkness, the rest of us are fucked.
Okay. Well,
And devils can still see through it, so...
Yeah,
Oh, well,
but you have a familiar, don't you?
I do have a familiar.
Who also can't see through magical darkness.
Yeah, but we could just send him without magical darking things. Magical darkness.
Hate you.
I'm not magical.
You're right. Just a fucking
I'm a
dog.
mundane
Yeah.
dork.
So I,
Magical darkness.
So
Thank you for
are
catching up to the conversation. We've been
Yeah.
there for minutes.
So, would we be sending Zeph up to the 2nd floor or in through the servants' quarters to see what's up?
You're familiar, your rules.
Is the servants' quarters door, like, open?
Well, if we're
You
looking
haven't tried
for
yet.
food and shit like that,
Kitchens.
probably be
Yeah.
best to find them in the kitchen.
Maybe you should change him into a crab and he can go into the basement. Then he can be under the sea. Under the sea.
I have perished, and Nemea is now dead.
And nobody noticed.
Business as usual.
I'm dead. Yeah, I mean, like, a bird is a bird. And did bird
Where's
go,
the
does bird go up farther?
Word.
And it's gonna take you like 5 minutes to turn into anything else.
Did-
Yeah, it's gonna take me a little bit of time to make a spell change.
So I was gonna say
Yeah, I see.
rat might be a good.
Well, let me see. I mean, like, birds are birds. I mean,
I
like,
keep
here's-
saying that. I don't
All the
know.
No, I'm just saying.
birds and the birds.
I'm just saying, like, El Terrell looks like it came
My favorite
down as,
Coldplay
like,
song.
one chunk, so I'm assuming if, like, a bird was on a roof when it went down, the bird was just like, ah? Like, you know.
Don't forget that, in a magical world, people also know what familiars are.
Yeah.
So anybody who's, a challenge for a fifth level party might see a bird and be like, hey, there's a fucking wizard outside.
There's a bird inside.
It smells like somebody that only has like 38 hit points.
Look, a bird flew down the chimney. That's not normal behavior. There's probably something stupid going on.
I really feel like there's a Hell's Pigeon joke in there somewhere. I just can't figure out where it is. Hell's Pigeons. But anyway,
We already made all the ski jokes.
yeah.
I just want to make sure if I can. Yeah, I think I have to, like, recast the spell if I want to make it change,
Correct.
which is like an hour.
What was
So
the,
let's
I'm sorry.
no, that was it. Yeah, go ahead.
What's
I think
the
that's right.
climbing skill? Is it agility if I want to climb?
For climbing is
athletics.
Hi, Beefy.
I do have some of an athletic skill. I could try to climb, and I'm also kind of stealthy. I could try to climb to the 2nd floor and see if I can open that window. At least somewhat quietly, so I don't have to break glass to get through. If you really are intent on doing this, my friend.
I mean, I really want to. We came this way with the intent of going to the bar. I mean, we're going to turn back every time there's opposition, or what's the story?
Are we all, if I'm outvoted, I'll do it. So I know you want to.
Well, I know. I mean, I do want to, but at the same time, we came here because A, we were concerned there might be resources here, but B, you want to see if your wife is inside. Like,
And if we do fight, we can at least probably take a short rest here and get some resources back.
Well, we did rest in the tower.
I mean,
We
there's
got a long rest, but I'm saying if we use up resources
Oh, I see.
fighting, we can still.
and this is half a dozen guys who we theoretically at the moment have the drop on, as opposed to we're planning on crossing a bridge full of devils that, is going to see us coming. I mean, at what point are we going to start fighting here? If we can't take this room full of guys, then what makes you think we can get across the bridge?
Well, I'd rather save up our resources for the fight that we have to do, rather than for the optional fight and then be at reduced ability when we're doing the fight that we have to do.
No, I understand that, but
All right, let me climb to the 2nd floor. Let me try to get a better look at that window and see if I can open it
Okay.
from the outside or something.
So athletics check. You're going to try to climb up to a second floor. You're going to have to basically jump up and grab the lip of the window by your fingertips because it sticks out funny.
Parkour.
You're going to have to do a somersault off the couch.
14.
It's pretty bad. No, you're having a tough time getting up high enough.
I would have broken it by now.
Can I gently try the door to see if it's unlocked?
Which door?
The servant door.
Okay. You can gently give the door a push. And you find that there is some resistance on the other side. It doesn't feel like the door is locked. It feels like somebody probably put something in front of the door.
What?
It's freaking smashy boom man. You want to kick the door in?
Is that what we're doing?
Listen,
at least
he's the man who came here gunning for the bar fight.
At least if we go through the back door, then they'll be surprised and, you know.
If you guys don't want to do this fight, we don't have to do this fight.
I mean, the door is for supplies,
Yeah.
so it makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
Alright, so do we have a better plan than me just kicking the back door in, or
Not if we want to do this.
Do we want
Well, try to. I mean, I know.
do we want to try a ruse?
I know your stealth is a
a
bag of
clever
ass,
ruse?
but try to just shove the door and not actually.
I was going to
bash
say,
it.
if we sent somebody to the front door, we'll Dragomir kicks in the back door. But splitting the party's probably not a great idea.
I mean, depending on how quiet you think you can be, maybe the two of you try the front door and try a ruse while I get Zanzer assist your athletics check to get you in the second floor, and you can just rob him.
Like, give me a boost up to the second
I
story.
can just boost you up to the second floor, and then you can get in the second floor, and be gentle with your ruse. If they turn you away, be like, okay, see ya.
Okay, bye.
Just enough to be a distraction while we rob them blind.
Okay. Yeah.
Because I mean, I do want my bar fight, but I understand this is about resource management. So
Yeah.
if we can come out of this with more than we went into it, I'll be just as happy.
Okay, cool. Then I will use my channel divinity to give myself +5 to persuasion.
Before I boost you anywhere, we need for you to have some kind of way to signal us if you need us to come busting in the door.
Okay.
Do you have
Can you
You
lend
wanna
me
take a
your
bird?
Can you lend me your bird?
Yeah,
And I'll just
Yeah, I let Zep hop on your shoulder. He affectionately
Townspeople,
nibbles your
lend me
hair.
your ears.
He's a really cute raven.
I'm glad I left those ticks in there. Give him something to eat
Yeah,
off.
snack. Snack bird.
No wonder she goes to you. I want to hell. Jesus. Ticks in your ear.
You're a tick covered shit ranger.
Isn't that all of them, though?
You're pretty much.
Disgusting. Okay. What is your plan?
So Theo and Nemea are going to go up to the front door and at least try to see what's what, and then
I want a drink. I'm gonna be like, I want a drink.
And while they're creating a distraction, I'm going to boost Zanzer up to the second floor windows.
Lift me like a ballerina, dude.
Mm-hmm. One hand on the tush.
Drink the tank, just one arm.
So I guess we open the door.
Really lifts you shoulder height and gets you all the way to the second floor.
Do we open the door or do we knock? Is this like a
Okay.
knocking establishment?
I don't know why you're looking at me. I'm not going to tell you.
I'm gonna try to open the door and just go in. Like, if we're gonna cause a distraction, I don't want to be subtle.
And this is all going to go on simultaneously, right?
Sure.
The plan, yeah.
Okay. So the first thing that I'm going to adjudicate is you have no problem getting Zanzer up to the second floor window. The second floor window is not locked. You push it up. The weight of the window itself will cause it to slide back down as soon as you take your hands up.
Nice.
So basically you'll lift it up, scoot through, and then it'll just fall behind you until it's closed again.
Is there something really handy I can shove in there, like a book or a block of wood or something?
Raven.
Yeah, you can squish a bird with it.
Squawk!
Nothing that's within reach of the window. You maybe root through the room a little bit to find something. It'll cost you time. Or if you check your pack, if you have anything you want to wedge in there.
I gave you a steak. I gave you a wooden
You
steak.
did give me a steak before
Yep.
before the other combat.
My
Yeah, I
brain
forgot
went
about that. Yeah,
first.
I'll block it with a useful weapon.
Alright.
So I end up being totally worthless. This
Perfect.
time.
Yeah, so
Unfortunately, the windowsill's a vampire and you kill it.
I mean, I could throw a whole arrow in there.
I think that'd be too tall.
And
honestly.
maybe.
two. They never.
go ahead, Ben.
That's true. All right, we'll use a steak.
Alright,
Yeah.
cool. So you disarm
Revive.
yourself with the only way you have to kill vampires to prop the window open.
I have a pouch full of steak.
Of
Yeah.
course, you know where that one is. I mean, if you have to do the vampire disco dance, then you know where to go grab a steak.
Oh my god. But yeah, you get in. No issues. We're going to do maybe 3 rounds worth of what you're doing. We'll come back to you.
Okay.
So yeah, you get in. That's round number 1. You're inside of what looks to be just a regular sleeping room, just a rentable room. It has an upright wardrobe, a trunk, and a bed. It doesn't seem to have anything else in here. Doesn't look like it's been occupied recently. The bed is still made. It's obviously been jostled around from the constant earthquakes and transportation, but the sheets and blankets are all still in order the way you would expect.
Is there still a sanitize for your protection over the toilet? And the other
There isn't, because there's no toilet.
Wow. Okay.
It's just a steaming hole.
It's just a shower.
Okay.
It's
Just
a
a bile
bucket.
chest.
All right. The door is shut. I'm assuming to the hallway or whatever.
Yep.
Can I give it a listen and then see if I can open it? I mean, I'll listen first to see if there's noise outside it.
Yeah, this will be your second action. Go ahead and give me a perception check.
I should just stay on that fucking page. Back and forth, I'm fucking sure. Ooh, that's a huge. That's like 24. 23.
Pretty gigantic. From what you can hear, there's some sounds of like footfalls outside the door that are going back and forth. It doesn't sound like a regimented patrol, but it does sound like somebody's kind of keeping an eye out. But you only hear one set of footfalls, and then you can very vaguely hear the sounds of merrymaking on the ground floor.
Okay. I think I'm actually going to hold where I am. I'm going to hold where I am and wait for this distraction to happen before doing anything else.
Okay.
So,
So
not the short, short. Yeah, I'll hold as my third action
Yeah,
for the
we'll
noise.
say
to happen.
that you have a held action, and if it gets violent, then you'll have an attack roll before.
Right, or it will just give me an excuse to sneak to another room.
It's going to give Dragomir about 12 seconds. You got anything planned for me over there, big guy?
Held action to kick this door, the servants' quarters door open if shit goes
So as
sideways.
soon as you hear shatter.
Or the bird
Yeah.
comes down.
Yeah, or the bird says, "Hey, get the fuck over here!" Caw.
Fuck!
Where do you want Lulu and Rhea Mantleborn?
Oh, hey! I
I forgot about Lulu.
Yeah, me too. Lulu, the devil who can't turn invisible, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
But she tells you she can cast light.
It's perfect.
So can I!
So you can cast darkness, she can cast light, they cancel each other out, then we can see. You know what? They can wait across the street. If shit goes sideways and we need them, then shit's really gone sideways and they'll know it.
You give them a handful of quarters to like go
Yeah,
on
go
a
to the
little kitty
arcade.
ride.
Yeah,
and-
yeah.
Well, I was going to
just
say
keep putting him into
Lulu.
the bile chest and see what happens.
Nice. I was going to say Lulu might be a good one to like act as messenger between our split party.
But Lulu can't fly or teleport.
But she can't
She can
fly
fly.
either. She
Oh,
can
she
fly.
can
She's
fly.
Yeah.
Okay.
She can't teleport, but she can fly. And
She can't turn invisible.
She can't turn invisible. She can speak common and infernal.
She might be handy with you two.
So she's about as good as Maya.
Well, she's much better than the man.
Yeah, no, she hasn't dropped to 0 hit points that I know of.
But she might help you guys with bluff skills or whatever.
Yeah, that is entirely possible. She
She's
can
like,
do the
yeah, I
help
got
action.
away with people. I can help.
She can do the help action for bluff or
I forgot
whatever.
how much I love her.
And then Ray can sort of like wait across the street, like within eyesight of me. So, and I'll just tell her if you see me kick the back door in, come running.
Yeah, she points over and there's like a dumpster.
Yeah, go wait in that dumpster. It's full of bile.
She's like, I'm gonna stand next to the dumpster. I'm climbing in it.
Get in the fucking dumpster.
It's full of devils.
Ready to get in the dumpster? I will turn this city
Well,
around.
most of it.
It's full of devils. You're a paladin. You should love it.
Yeah. Why do you think I'm kicking in the back door of this
It's like
bar?
a ball pit for paladins.
Oh my god.
Not the shitty DashCon one.
All right, so the two of you, you're gonna walk in first. The man goes in first. The
Two of
wizard
us with
walks
Lulu.
in. So yes, you have a room full of 9 bad guys, and the wizard walks in. Ugh.
She immediately drops dead.
That would be a hell of a distraction. She just opened the door and then had a heart attack and died.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Someone's gonna have to clean that up.
Yeah, I walk in and I'm like, and I go to the bar.
Does Theo come in immediately?
Yeah, Theo's like basically just.
And you want
behind
Lulu
her.
to come with you as well?
Yeah.
Alright, so Lulu will sort of flutter in doing her NPM thing. When you walk in, first off, the humans, they appear to be human. They might be like elves or whatever. They were humanoid with like peach pigment skin. Are all sitting at a table, and they are making merry, and they are passing around like dry rations and flagons of ale. And there appears to be a bottle of wine open on the table. And you walk in, and all faces turn to look at you. And the merriment basically stops. And everything goes quiet for a moment.
It's because you're a tiefling.
Gives you a second to look around the room, and there are no bar staff. There's nobody who works here. There's just these guys at the table and this white-skinned creature with wings sitting at the head of the table, who appears to be relaxed even as you walk in. And when everyone stops and turns to look at you, you can feel in the air that they are like sizing you up and getting ready to go grab a weapon and have a little fun. And that's when your imp companion flutters in. And they look at the imp, and they sort of roll their eyes a bit, and the white creature sort of leans back and tenses his fingers, and he goes, "Ha ha ha! Excellent, excellent! More merrymaking, more merrymaking! Tell me, from where did you travel?"
Oh, above. All up. We full on, ye old Scotty beat me down.
We're originally from Baldur's Gate.
From Baldur's Gate. Just couldn't wait, could you? Just had to come straight to Elturel. Splendid, splendid. Pull up a chair, pull up a chair.
We're just here. We're very hungry, and we need to. We're only looking for provisions.
Didn't plan very well, I see. Quite right, quite right. Bring on the menu! And he claps his hands, and one of the guys who's at the corner of the table, he sort of groans, and he stands up, and he pushes his chair back in, and he walks to the other side of the room, and he comes back, and he's got this, bronze-looking platter, and it's got a number of glass panels on it. And some of the panels appear to be obscuring. It looks like a pool of dried blood at the bottom of each of the little things. And he hands it to you. And then he goes and withdraws a dagger, and he hands it to you pommel first.
Sort of green.
What is this?
Well, simply put, you should be willing to spill your blood in the name of our... how would you phrase this? Spill your blood in the name of our endeavors here.
There's been much blood spilled in Elturel, and we are sure that our blood would not suffice. There's plenty of blood to go around.
Midway through the sentence, you're sharp enough with people to pick up that what you're telling them ain't gonna fly.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone in here is watching you to see if you're gonna do this.
Oh, it's peer pressure. Oh, fuck. This is what Dare warned us about.
And if you look up for a split second, you see Lulu going,
I'll do it, yeah. Give me out here. Give me the knife. Give me the knife.
And,
Part of the end of the world. Let's go.
You open your robe, you've got 3 kids in there. Does it have to be my blood? Can it be theirs?
oh, gotta change this one out.
Here, hold on, let me bring them out.
I want you to roll them on the table first.
Theo takes the hilt, and you hear him say, sometimes we must take on suffering in order to serve a greater good.
A greater good.
That's creepy.
And he slashes the top of his arm.
Thank you. I hate on TV when they do the palm of their
Man,
hand. Your whole body's full of blood. Why are you slashing the only useful part?
Yeah. There's fucking tendons and shit.
Yeah!
Fuck up. So
Fucks you the fuck up.
yeah, so he just cuts the back part of his arm.
Okay. So a couple things happen. First off, you take 1 point of damage.
And die.
Blink.
You're killing it, and then the second thing that happens is you make a charisma saving throw.
Cool. Good at those. Snap! Non-natural 20!
Good.
And
You
you
can
got that
feel...
+5, don't you?
No, that's to persuasion.
You can feel that there is a force, an evil force pushing in on you that threatens to become overpowering. But when you mutter your prayer, you can feel as though you've actually reached a divine essence. Maybe not your own god, but some sort of divine protection has been offered to you to prevent you from suffering what ailment no doubt would have befallen you
Oh, fuck.
without your devout worship.
It's Norton antivirus.
It's actually Clippy.
It looks like you're trying to make a pass
And This guy, after he offers it to you and you do it, and like you put a little blood into the thing or whatever, he smiles and he's got like black teeth and he closes the thing up with the little glass panel, and then he turns on a heel and starts walking to you.
Hi.
And he
I'm here for the party at the end of the world.
hands you the pommel of the dagger.
I can't fucking do it if I'm not gonna get in trouble, so...
Oh, go big or go home. Do your tongue.
Oh god.
I...
Shatter this place.
What?
I mean, I'm a tiefling, so I actually... Oh, no, my charisma is
Your
shit.
charisma is shit.
The spot right underneath where Zan's standing.
The melee guys just switch teams here.
Yeah.
Give me 1 second. I just want to make sure there's nothing I
Let me actually give you a lay of the land, too, because this might matter. There's a long banquet table. And that table has seating for 8 people, 4 on either side, plus this white creature on one end of it. The 8th man is standing up with the platter. There are chairs all throughout the room and like other bar tables, but they are not being occupied. If you were, hypothetically, to shatter the center of this table, you would get all of the human guys. All.
Talk about peer pressure.
And you'd be fine, because I have spell sculpting.
And I will lean towards you as the guy starts to offer you the dagger and say, like, Nemea, some of us have additional forces within us, and some of us do not.
Yeah, so I take the dagger and I go, thank you. And I very quickly close my eyes as if I'm preparing to do this, and take a deep breath, and I send a telepathic message to Zeph, and I say, hey Zanzer, shit's about to hit the fan.
Facepalm. Free action.
And I, before I put the dagger in my hand, I go, hold on a second, and I'm just trying to stall for time a little bit, and I just go, I have a thing about cleanliness. So I clean the dagger off, and I go,
You wouldn't want our blood to commingle. It would be tainted. It wouldn't be worth as much.
it would be a bad thing. He, me, no, thing. My heart is racing right now.
I'll use the spell tactic
Some
to
about
send
it.
the bird to warn him.
Yeah.
What type of
The
food
signal is
is
the bird shits out the window on my helmet. Like, dunk.
So
And it's words.
Now that I have paid and my good friend is considering things, what is on the menu? What's the special of the day?
Big Macs.
I just want to make sure it's worth it before I, go all in.
She's very stingy.
I'm a vegan.
He gestures to the table. If you're a vegan, you'd be very disappointed.
If she was actually a vegan, we would have heard it as soon as we walked in.
That is true. She would have introduced herself that way.
Oh my god.
It appears to be like a salted cured venison.
Made of person.
It appears to be
Deer.
venison. Oh dear. It's dear Celeste.
Does it have a pair of black antlers?
No,
Oh,
it has no antlers because it's been cleaned.
what a fucking ripoff.
Well, there's antlers on the walls.
I mean, are you sure you want
Yeah.
her blood?
Well, Applebee's has a stop sign on the wall, but I don't stop for it. You know what I'm saying?
Well, this is basically their version of Applebee's. There's actually like adventuring supplies all bolted to the walls. And
Adventure bees.
We
Is it
made
like
this
mummy
joke
beans up
last
They
time.
only have palmtinis.
That's their drink special today is the Josh Martini.
Yeah.
That's just a cup full of booze soaked olives.
And a tiny, tiny drop of gin.
And it's tied of beet chips.
Oh god. We are in hell.
Oh,
Somewhere Josh is so mad at that.
yeah, let me just make sure.
Hobbling around, all good pieces, swearing his head off.
It's a rack full of
It'll burn the
rat
infection
snacks.
out.
Those are the best. Those are good too.
Are we doing it? Because I'm ready to do it.
Send
Wow.
it.
Are we full send?
Yeah.
Hashtag don't be silly. I'm still gonna send that. I cast Shatter.
Happy. They need to make saving throws, right?
Yep. Con throws.
Yes, We're sneaking.
I knew the minute I got you to interact with these people in any way it was going to be on, and you'd be just as hyped for it as I was. It was just a matter of getting you through the door.
Yeah, but at least this way they're still a little surprised.
Is it dex based? I forget.
Con.
Con.
You
Con!
Cool. What's the DC?
What is my DC? 15?
Okay. Alright. One guy sees what you're doing and, like, slides off his chair under the table. The shatter goes off above the table like a bomb. Wood chips go everywhere from what's left over at the table. The 7 men who were unfortunate enough to whiff their saving throws are going to take full damage.
Oh, it's like killing Hitler in that one
You can
movie.
grab more dice if you need more dice.
I think I just need 3, which is the exact
Is
amount I have.
that enough to trigger my held action?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Dragomir full on.
Yeah,
It's like,
everybody... What is it?
"You're a wizard, Harry!"
You can hear it, right?
Yeah, it's loud.
Yeah.
It's real loud.
just
And if you couldn't hear it, you're gonna know it by the amount of body parts going out the window.
So that's gonna be 13 points of thunder damage.
I need a pencil from somebody. For some reason, I forgot to grab one.
I don't have one over here, actually.
After
Oh,
the
here's
smoke
one.
clears, I go, sorry, I'm allergic to bullshit.
Alright, 13 you said?
13.
Tall.
So the man who is under the table gets blasted with a piece of shrapnel, and it cuts up his shoulder real bad. You can see it actually cuts through the robe he's wearing, and you can see exposed flesh and like a big red streak where the
Nipple!
sharp piece of wood cut right through him like a knife. The rest of these men are not as lucky. They get blasted out of their chairs and go scattering across the room, and in most cases, they are dead before they hit the ground. These 7 men will not be a combatant in the fight. And at this point, we can roll initiative.
Great!
Ooh, Theo is red D.
That is gonna be
19.
20.
Whoa! Wee!
8, but I had held action.
That
That
was
is true.
cool.
Take care of that second.
Actually, we both did.
Yeah.
14.
Okay, Dragomir is slow as expected.
Oh, do you want me to roll for Rhea as well?
Yes.
Who is her she?
Thank you.
What, no
Where's the
cantina?
cantina music? Come on!
Hey, give it a minute. It hasn't happened yet. She's gonna go after you because she's a mook. And then regular dorks.
Plus, she's got to climb out of the dumpster.
She was in the dumpster.
No, she was in the dumpster.
She's in your face.
My face is a dumpster.
That is a fact. Alright, where are you, YouTube?
Hey, I have not actually cast this one spells.
We should have all full rested, so we should.
I forgot to erase my keys.
We did long rest last time, didn't we?
Yeah.
I don't think I recorded that. It's the entire reason I wanted this fight.
So the man shot first? Is that kind of...
Yeah, I did.
We'll use this. This should be fine. Doesn't match the topography of the authentic tavern, but... Tavern butt.
Tavern butt.
I bet there's like a frickin' Bardcore cover of it somewhere that you could find.
There's probably 100 of them.
It's just the mandolin
There we
in
go.
the background. I point at the one musician who survived and I was like, play!
I don't have a printed thing for this guy, so I'm going to just use a random other devil for it.
Oh, we gotta grab
The song
minis.
makes me want to like fucking fist bump like a bro in a bar.
I mean, that's why you're in there with Theo, right?
So, got my sunglasses on. Get him.
There's the guy who got under the table. Then over next to the hentai wall. So you're actually coming in through like a loading zone in here, so you can be right in this room
You're
here.
in the loading dock.
Yep, that secret door is a door that you found. And
The pig butts.
there are some pig butts.
Dragomir? No.
Well, he's the one that fucks farm animals, not me.
That's right.
No, it's goats only.
And
Only goats?
there's this guy's upstairs. so there's
I only fuck
upstairs.
elephants and
Is that
bigger.
upstairs?
Yep.
That's going to be where I'm going to come out of.
This guy was dropping a fat deuce when you walked in.
There's more people in here. than
You
I
gotta
was led to
Corleone him.
believe.
Good.
Yeah, you're the one who wanted this fight, so I expect you to pick up most of the slack.
But you know what? By the time I'm actually in range of anybody, you guys will have mopped the floor with these assholes.
Well, why am I first? You're so confident.
Okay. I believe I have everything I need to make you sad. So, the held action goes off, and first off, we'll start with Dragomir just because you're to my right. You hear noises inside. Your held action was to bust this fucking door open, right?
Right.
So this door comes flying open, and stacks of supplies go toppling down into the room.
Nice.
Supplies!
The door into the kitchen is hanging open, and there's a guy who's in there with his buddy, and they're like coring out apples.
Oh.
Oh, I thought they were
Very
smoking
wholesome.
weed in the back. They're hitting
That's-
their vape pen in the back.
No, they're making apple pipes. That's why they're taking the cores out. And they're bad guys, right? Are they arms? They have knives, I assume.
They have knives, but they're also currently doing kitchen work.
Okay.
They have paring knives. They're just like,
But they do have like shaved heads and tattooed faces and stuff like that.
I want to try an intimidation check.
Okay.
I kick the back door open. Supplies go flying. I'm standing with the hammer, and I just glower at them, and I take one step back so that they have a clear egress from the room.
All right, give me a check.
hasta la vista.
Yeah. Fuck off. Nope. I think I'm fighting them. 10.
10, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, they both turn like the knives in their hands. They get a little shaky. They're gonna come get you. And then Zanzer, you had held action as well.
I would like... excuse me.
I'm in the same boat, man.
I would like to sneak out of the room,
Okay.
and if I see this guy and can get to him by sneak move, half move for sneak, I'd like to try to push him over the railing into the floor below.
I love it. Make an athletics check with advantage.
You don't believe.
He's not paying attention to you because he's just heard a shatter go off.
And I love that you're using the terrain to your advantage. Makes it so much more fun.
It's super cool.
Ooh, that's an awful roll. That's going to be a 7, and that's with advantage. It's a 7. Should I use up my I have inspiration? Should I burn my inspiration?
Burn it all, man. You never know.
I'm gonna
You're going
burn
to live to see tomorrow.
Smoke him if you got him.
Because I rolled a 4 and a 2.
Oh, do I get inspiration for doing that?
And I rolled another 4, so
Yes,
that was
of
fucking useless. So 7 is my total number, and I burned a fucking inspiration on that.
So when you go to bull rush him, you thought that he didn't know that you were there, and when you get up to him, he sort of contorts his body, and you wind up, your momentum carries you so you're side by side. And now it's a wrestling match to see who can fling who over the railing down into the first floor.
Oh, I don't
Hi!
like that
Surprise?
one chapter of Red Dead.
Shrug?
Yes. And now we're into actual initiative.
Is it a human?
It appears to be a human.
Okay.
It's hard to tell in the heat of combat, but it's human shape, human size.
Okay.
Do I need to roll initiative for my raven?
No, because your raven's useless in combat.
Okay, cool.
And that's on your turn.
It drinks beer from somebody else's mug on your
Great.
Which is probably what
There are-
Nemea would do anyways.
There are certain spells that can be conveyed via touch via your familiar.
Yeah, you control it on your own turn.
Yeah, okay, cool. Just wanted to make sure. Alright, I'm going to...
It's a 10-hour mix of it.
Yeah.
Nice. Stand up!
It's hard.
So this is bad guy. Big bad, and this is table man.
Everything that Standy's is, yeah.
Okay.
Bad and table man.
Well, no, like white dragon guy, and then
Yeah,
the
White
guy...
Dragon guy's the guy with
Blue
the
eyes,
big
white
wolf.
dragon.
Coldplay this summer.
I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3,
The Red Bull
5,
Presents Shit series.
6,
The Red Bull will
all
make
the
you shit
way
the
over
music
there, and then I'm gonna cast a spell.
A magical
A magic spell. Well, and because he's a human,
I hate
I'm yes, exactly. Yeah,
You man, it
because
could be racist too.
yeah, because he's human, I am gonna cast Firebolt on him.
Okay. Shoot him.
Shoot him! Shoot him!
Shoot that brick.
Is he
Eat
dead?
my fiery dick. That's a 2, so he eats no fiery dick.
Yeah, he's not even hungry.
It misses. It zings over his head.
Well, he's a venomous, so he can go down on T-point.
Yeah.
It actually goes winging right past his shoulder up into the second floor by the stairs. In this wrestling match, you also there's a firebolt that goes right past you. One of your eyebrows is slightly shorter than the other one now. Theodosius.
I'm gonna hop up and take a crack at Mr. Lizard Man. Oh, good.
Wizard crack.
Good.
Oh shit, I forgot to...
Good.
Yeah.
So glad
Do it.
that you're pulling that out. I'm really glad that I rolled the sketched out version of a different character before this. Hey, that is a non-natural. Well, 21.
21 will strike him.
Strike him bodily. And I'm only using one hand because I've got my shield up because I'm not a fucking idiot.